Hey guys, this is Dinosaur. So, I've been having issues, just every once in a while I have these terrible issues recording anything. It's happened on multiple things, so of course it would eventually happen with my Final Fantasy playthrough. So, what's going on here is, sorry, let me get my mouse under there. What's going on here is I recorded episode 13 and the audio just failed. So, you know, since I have it recorded, I'm not going to play it again. My reactions just wouldn't be as genuine. So, last episode, what happened was we got out of Midgar, and that's it. Like, we are on the world map, and what's going to be happening this episode is the flashback. This is a pretty important part of the game. It throws a lot of exposition at you, and there's a lot of things to remember from it that seem kind of off. So, you know, and it's really cool the first time you play the game. Like, the first time I played it, I was like, oh wow, this is really interesting. And then every subsequent playthrough, it kind of gets a little more iffy, kind of slow, kind of boring. So, I'm not really commenting on what they're saying yet, because it's not that important. Cloud is reminiscing and saying about how he joined Soldier, and he was actually buddies with Sephiroth. So he actually knows Sephiroth quite a bit, and that's important. That explains a lot of the motivation here, and, you know, what happened last episode was basically President Shinra was killed, and up until that point, President Shinra was the big bad guy. So now, we have a next enemy revealed, and it's Sephiroth, that guy right there on the right with gray hair. Patron saint of fangirls everywhere. I don't understand it personally, but whatever. So what we're going through now is Cloud's flashback. Obviously, you know, it's from his point of view, it's in third person still. You still control him. And by the way, in the background what I've got going on, just some music, because otherwise it would just be my voice, and in moments where I stop talking, where I lose my train of thought, which it's 1 in the morning, so that might happen a lot. I just got some music playing, and I wanted to make sure that the music kind of fit the tone of the video. This is a pretty serious moment in the game. The music here is actually really somber, so I probably could have set it up with the actual music, but effort, you know. So Cloud's talking about how he joined Soldier so he could be like Sephiroth, and he just, that was his motivation. He couldn't become a hero because the war ended, so now he kind of just jumps at any mission, as he's saying right there, so he could be just like his hero. And by the way, Cloud's 16 here. I don't know how old Sephiroth is supposed to be. I'm gonna guess his 30s. I don't know why he has gray hair already, because he's not old, really. But they're explaining that the mission is to go check out a Maka reactor. This reactor, where is it? The Maka reactor at Nibelheim. Or Nibelheim. I don't really remember how it's pronounced. I personally pronounce it Nibelheim. And of course it's revealed that Nibelheim is Cloud's hometown. Oh no, something just crashed into the truck. That would be our monster. So we get into a battle here, and it's basically just to show off how awesome Sephiroth is and how terrible Cloud is at this point in time. So if Cloud's a first-class soldier, right? He's only got 140 HP, he's level 1, 10 MP, and he did 14 damage there. He did no damage, basically. Sephiroth doesn't even take damage from that attack, and he deals out over 3,000 per swipe. I don't know, so if Cloud's first class, Sephiroth is like just unreal. Oh, look, unreal. Check that out. I called that. Sephiroth's strength is unreal. And that's basically what they want to get across here. So where do you come in? Yeah, well, me? I was mesmerized by the way Sephiroth fought. keep note of how many times it just shows Tifa with some ellipses. It's actually very important. So they're actually arriving into Nibelheim now. How does it feel? It's your first time back to your hometown in a long time, right? That is correct, sir. So how does it feel? I wouldn't know because I don't have a hometown. Well, what about your parents? My mother is Genova. She died right after she gave birth to me. My father. That just causes him to laugh. He's got a weird laughing animation, but you'll see it a few times throughout the game. And that's basically what he did there. Well, I don't have a dad. He had a rough childhood, I'm guessing. So I can walk around as Cloud, and I talk to the Shinra mooks, as I took to calling them, the guys in the standard uniform. You want to do what we always do? Yeah. Shall we practice? Practice. Oh, you mean my pose. Does someone in Soldier always have to be careful about what other people think? How did it go? Was it like this? Good job. Yeah, practice poses. That's just... As a soldier, that's clearly what your highest priority is. So now we can run into the town proper, and Baird interrupts. Yeah, wait a minute. And I like what they do here, how it's still in the flashback, but you hear Baird's voice is kind of going over everything. Isn't that, the name of Sephiroth's mother? And it fades and goes back into the inn. I remember Genova. That's that damn headless spook living in the Shinra building. Yes it is. Baird, would you please let us hear what Cloud has to say? You can ask questions later. Well, I was only... Okay, continue. It's a reunion of childhood pals. Cloud says, I was really surprised with Tifa. The town was quiet. Everyone must be staying in their houses afraid to come out because of the monsters. No, maybe they're afraid of us. You are the monsters, Cloud. No, Cloud, you are the monsters. We leave for the reactor at dawn, so make sure you get to sleep early. Well, it's still light out, so what the shit, man? All we need is one lookout, so you others get some rest. So, you others, I'm guessing he's talking to Cloud and one of the soldiers, so you can visit your friends and family. Why are you nervous? Look, you never know when a monster's gonna show up, right? Yeah, and if Cloud's there, he's not gonna do shit, because he's awful. What a shot of Sephiroth and a monster. Well, take my picture. And, boom, shot down. We'll take pictures with nobodies. So if we go in here, welcome. Hey, aren't you... Ooh, what? Have I come here before? I don't remember. Now you're pissing me off. That don't matter, so get on with it. This is actually kind of important, and I run back in, I don't know why, but it's the same thing. Flash of white, and same thing. But I don't know if I did it to prove a point or if I did it because I'm stupid. It might be both. But you can run around and go into this house. This is my house. It has nothing to do with that incident 5 years ago. Yo, wait, I want to hear. Me too. It's been a long time, right? Tell us more. You saw your family, right? Don't want to talk about it? Alright. I don't know if you could call it a family. My father died when I was still very young. So my mom was living alone. Yeah, I saw her. She was a vibrant woman. Hadn't changed at all. But a few days later, she died. When I saw her, she looked fine. Isn't that depressing? 16 years old. Go home, say hi to mom, she looks great, and then she just passes on a few days later. Yes? Cloud? Hi, Mom. Welcome home, Cloud. I had that in reverse. So she's giving her son a little appraisal here, taking a look at him. She hasn't seen him in about 2 years, so that's understandable. You look so handsome. Typical mother banter. Not shit, Cloud, you look fucking terrible. Lose some weight, Tubby. So is this a soldier uniform? My. Flash of white. My, how you've grown. This flashback, we saw a glimpse of when we were back in Aerith's house in episode like 5 or whatever. I'm worried about you. There are a lot of temptations in the city. I'd feel better if you just settled down and had a nice girlfriend. Yeah, we've heard this before. Back a few episodes. A couple hours ago. You should have an older girlfriend. One that'll take care of you. I think that would be the perfect time for you. So, something to point out about that statement. Cloud's 21, Aerith is 22. She's that older girlfriend. But, you know, maybe it'll work. But it probably won't. Yeah, I'm not saying anything you don't already know. Cloud? You know Cloud. Isn't that right, Cloud? Note how there's no real substance to any of that. All the flashes of white and just kind of her saying his name. It's important. And it won't pop up for quite some time. And not until halfway through Disc 2. So Cloud goes into Tifa's house and she kind of interrupts and asks, did you go in my house? Yes. Yes, I did. Go upstairs. And we can go into her room. She pauses. Cloud, did you go into my room? It's getting a little weird. Oh, this is irritating. I really wish there was sound now, because... Did you play my piano? Yeah, I did. I played the piano here, and I kind of jam out on it for a bit, but you're not going to be able to hear it. So, I play a little tune, which is actually pretty important, which sucks, but later on that tune will come back around. So now I gotta kind of fill time while I'm playing the piano and you can't hear it. There we go. I've heard this melody somewhere before. This particular melody is called Stained Glass Hill by Buckethead. It's from Captain EO's Voyage, but that's not the melody that we were referring to. And you can actually have Cloud find some underwear, which is a little weird. We're talking about something really important here. I know, but gotta have a little fun. Gotta lighten the mood. It's so somber during this part. We go down to this house. You can talk to the folks in here. Oh, you're with the Shinra? Welcome. Oh, I'm sorry, it's you, Cloud. I didn't recognize you. These little tykes run up. They don't recognize Cloud. Shinra? Shinra? Soldier? Salsa? Are you going to kill the monsters? Yes. Are you going to? Of course, I'm going to kill the shit out of them like I do with everything in this game. I just wreck faces. I kill everything. That's what I do. That's who I am. And that's about it. So I decided to go into the end to advance the story, because what else can I really do? I explored everywhere besides the end. Talk to this old dude. And who are you? I'm Zangan. I travel around the world teaching children martial arts. I have 128 students all over the world. In this town, a girl named Tifa is my student. Did you say Tifa? Tifa has good sense. She'll be a powerful fighter. And I tried... apparently I'm having trouble talking to the innkeeper there. But he just let us know that, oh, it's all booked, and oh, hey, it's Cloud. What's up? What's up, bro? What's up? What's going on? What's shaking? What's cracking, bro? Yeah, bro. Yeah. Oh, and we can go into the menu here. There's some inaccessible things. Item. No limit, because Cloud's awful. He's level 1. No magic. Materia. He's got preemptive, which doesn't do shit. It increases the rate of preemptive attacks, and it is not useful at all, really. But you could see that he has a different portrait, because he's a little younger here. It's 5 years ago. He's 16 years old. So we go and talk to Sephiroth. What are you looking at? The scenery. I feel like I know this place. And the soldier says, we're short one bed. Well, isn't someone gonna stay up all night and keep watch? You have an early start tomorrow. You should get some sleep soon. Yeah, let's get some sleep. I've hired a guide to the reactor. heard she's young. I hope we can rely on her. And who do we think that's gonna be? Well, it's time to find out. Almost. Gotta wait a little longer. Anticipation is the key here. Think they'd let me take a picture? That guy is still harping on about the picture. Once the guide gets here, we're heading out. Listen to me, Sephiroth, in case something happens. Trust me. I'll be alright, Dad. I have 2 men from Soldier with me. I'm Tifa. Nice to meet you. You're the guide? That's right. I just happen to be the #1 guide in this town. Too dangerous. I can't involve you in something like this. Typical male chauvinism. Then there's no problem if you protect her. Let's go. That is how you solve problems. Mr. Sephiroth, please let me take one picture for a memento. Tifa, can you ask him for me too? So Cloud and Tifa are game, and Sephiroth is just kind of like, alright, whatever. I guess I will do this. Cheese! Click. And this picture actually becomes important, believe it or don't. Later on, this picture will resurface. And now we're heading off to Mount Nibelheim, Mount Nibel. So they're talking about how the reactor was built there, and I'd like to point out that bridge looks dangerous as shit. Like, okay, first off, rope bridges don't look safe in general. That one, just, oh, goodness. Plus, I have a problem with heights, so that would just scare me a ton. Being a big dude, I'd be like, this thing's gonna break. It gets harder from here. Follow me. It doesn't look like it's rocking at all. But, it doesn't matter. It's gonna break. Yeah, like anyone... Okay, you should see that coming, quite honestly. Look at that bridge. And look at the gap it had to cross. And if you're gonna cross the bridge, you go one at a time. Logic, I tell ya. So Cloud and Tifa are, I guess, okay. There comes a Shinra Mook and Sephiroth, who's doing like a very purposeful stride. Everyone seems to be alright. Can we get back to where we were? These caves are twined. You'll notice that we actually are missing a person. Doesn't that suck? So everyone joins up. Sephiroth is actually in the party now, just want to show that off. No one else. Tifa's not in the party. Nameless Shinra Mook is not in the party. But we get a little bit of exposition here. What's this? A mysteriously colored cave. Ooh, must be the Mako energy. So, I guess Mako makes things look green and allows wood to grow in caves. And you can actually get into battles here. A couple enemies there. But, by the way, if you haven't noticed, you can't control Sephiroth. He just does his own thing. Which is okay, because that thing is to just absolutely smash the faces of any enemies you encounter. Cloud doesn't even have to do anything except his victory pose. So we come into this next room, or area, or cave, whatever you want to call it. And of course, we're going to get a little bit of a backstory here. What's this? A Mako fountain. It's a miracle of nature. It's so beautiful. Poor Shinra guy gets no lines. The Mako reactor continues to suck up the energy. This fountain will dry up too. Now we get a close-up of, and you know, they're going to talk, but I'm going to talk about something else. You can see the clear difference between like pre-rendered stuff, graphics, and you know, not pre-rendered, rendered, pre-rendered. I don't know, but you can see the difference in clarity. I mean, look at the character models. Back then they looked great. Now, obviously, when we've got like 1080p resolution and all that, they don't look so good anymore. But they're actually explaining how magic and materia are supposed to work here. You can't see it, but I'm doing finger quotes. It doesn't really explain it that well, anyways. To be honest, like it's a pretty crappy explanation. Ha ha ha. Did I say something funny? A man once told me to never use an unscientific term such as mysterious power. It shouldn't even be called magic. Still remember how angry he was. He was a materia hipster. That man was Hojo. So he was around 5 years ago. He's actually kind of important. We've seen him once. He's being referenced again here. We'll see him again. And we're going to continue on our way. No more random encounters. It takes us right to our destination, which is pretty good. There's the reactor. And there's the reactor again, even closer. Look at that dramatic camera pan. So we run up the stairs, and here's where we split up a little. We finally made it. We sure took the long way, though. Tifa, you wait here. I'm going inside, too. I want to see. Only authorized people are allowed in. This place is full of Shinra's industrial secrets. But take care of the lady. You are not going in. Man. Better take real good care of me then. Well, that's awfully suggestive, you jailbait. I'm sure that's not how it's intended to be taken, but listen, if you know all of the I don't want to get into it, but between all the people that cosplay and write fan fiction, I'm sure that many a terrible fanfic was written about that line right there, especially considering things that'll happen later on in the story. So we're inside the reactor proper now, and look at that. We got Genova. More Genova. And Cloud says, this is Genova, right? Well, what tipped you off? The Genova on the giant pipe? Or the Genova over the door? It's no wonder you made Soldier first class, bro. Cloud, close the valve. That's all you're good for. Manual labor. So Cloud closes the valve. And Sephiroth is over there, wondering why it broke, and he takes a look into the little pod there. He has to digest what he saw. Now I see. But even this will never put you on the same level as Professor Gast. We will see Professor Gast later. Well, and he goes on and explains it. What does Mako energy become when it's further condensed? Materia! Exactly, Cloud. Right, normally, but Hojo put something else in there. Take a look. This kind of freaked me out when I was little. You know, this isn't really a scary game by any means, but there are some things in it that are just, like, unexpected. This was one of them. Dun dun dun! What the shit is that? It looks like a tree man. It's not a tree man, but Cloud wants to know what it is. He explains that normal members of Soldier are humans that have been showered with Mako. You're different, but still human. What are they? They've been exposed to a lot of Mako, way more than you. Is this some kind of monster? They're actually humans, but they've been transformed into very, very odd configurations, if you will. Normal members of Soldier? You mean you're different? Oh, why would you... You're different? Why would you say that? What? Hey. No. Was I? Bam. Bang. Boom. Was I created this way too? So now Sephiroth is having an identity crisis. Am I the same as all these monsters? So he's freaking out a little bit. You saw it. All of them were humans. Human? Nah, brah. No, they were humans. I've always felt since I was small I was different from the others, special in some way. But not like this. And here we get a little FMV. Now this did creep me out when I was little. You get the shrieking mouth, and this thing is just busting out of its cage. Unfortunately, I don't think it's meant to, live. Pretty sure that's not the case. But that creeped me out when I was younger. That poor, unfortunate soul, to quote Ursula from The Little Mermaid. And yeah, I mean, so seeing this kinda gave Sephiroth an identity crisis. I don't quite understand what he was saying at that time. Didn't quite understand. I was more surprised by the fact that Shinra was producing monsters. So this is where, he's kinda like, maybe they're not all they're cracked up to be. This furthers Barrett's hatred of Shinra. That would explain the increase of monsters recently. I think we should listen carefully to Cloud, don't you think so? Well, we're about to wrap it up here. Let's take a rest. That was episode 13, guys. I'm sorry about the lost audio, but gotta make do. So we're gonna save here, and next time we'll complete the rest of the flashback. Thanks for watching. I will let you know what the music was in the background, and next time I'll have the game audio back. So thanks for watching. Bye-bye.